Hi guys, and welcome back to Get Into It. My name is Ambree.
And I'm Jordan Rice. And today, if you're listening, you don't know, but if you're watching, you can see we have a guest with us. Her name is Brianna, and we are I'm gonna let her introduce herself. But before that, she is the creator, the founder of Liberated Magazine, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today and have some goodies and prizes for a special one of you. So listen to the episode to hear about that. But yes, Brianna, woo!
Thank you for having me. So yeah, my name's Brianna. I am the creator and founder of Liberated Magazine, or Liberated Zine to be more edgy and creative. But I'm just happy to be here today on your podcast, and I'm so excited that we got to work together. The Get Into It podcast is actually featured in the second issue of Liberated. So definitely check that out if you haven't already.
So can you tell us a little bit about what is it? I know it's a magazine, but like what was your focus behind it? All of that's great stuff.
Yeah. So I just graduated back in May with my master's in strategic management, but I also have a BA in marketing. And all throughout high school, pretty much my entire life, I guess, I've always been more interested in art and creativity. Like sports wasn't my thing. I only took art classes in high school. And I really wanted to go to school for graphic design. That was like my top goal. And my parents were like, nope, like, because all they see is like starving artists. And I was like, okay, like, I guess this isn't going to work out. I have to think of something else. And I looked into marketing and I was like, ooh, I think I can squeeze some graphic design elements into this and, add some more creativity to it. And I'm really happy I did, because I think it's a really great pair to have, like, the business background along with a creative background and have all those two mesh together. So of course, during quarantine, things were kind of dull for many people, hard time, stuck at home. And it just kind of makes you think like, oh, like, what can I do? Like, how can I better the world or like better myself? And you start to think about these different projects. But then by the time quarantine was over, however, the pandemic is still going on, like in school, I was kind of like contemplating like the real world, like, what am I going to do after graduation? Like, this is it. Because, at least after my undergrad, I had the graduate program to fall back on. Like, I still had that identity as a student. But once I was done with that, I was like, I need to like think of something to do with my time that has a meaning. Like, I love my job and what I'm doing. It's not something that I see myself doing forever. Like, I know some people stay there for like 30, 40 years. I wanted to find something that I was super passionate about. And that's kind of how Liberated was born, to show people that you can be creative and successful. Because I think there's kind of that stigma that, if you're going to go into art or something along those lines, you're not going to do well in life, because that's not where the money is. And that is so not true. There is so much creativity in this world, and people are just blind to it. They just overlook it and they don't think about it.
I think that's really cool. Like you have a pandemic baby, and
Yeah.
Get Into It is our pandemic baby. So that's actually, or our quarantine baby rather. So what is, like, would you say the mission statement or the intent behind Liberated? Like what separates Liberated from other magazines?
Yeah, so it kind of combines like all of my passions together. I mentioned I have this business side of me, but I also have this creative side of me, and also like this very, activist person within me too. And I'm sure this kind of, it just really, I guess, expanded in the quarantine as well, with Black Lives Matter resurfacing again, or trending again, I should say, because it's always there, but it seems to only be important when it's trending on Twitter or something.
That part.
Which is, it's frustrating, because these are issues that need to be talked about every single day. And that's part of the reason why Liberated is here too, is to show you about different, different problems that are happening around the world, or things that people are going through. So that's why our mission statement is enhancing your mind through creativity, innovation, and activism. Because like I said, you can learn so much through like creative, like writing, art, poetry. There's just so many things in the world where you can just really enlighten yourself through those different types of, I guess, those different like art forms in the world.
So, oh, go ahead, Ambree.
I know. I just, in terms of like solidifying the image for your publication, like how was that process?
Because it
Because
looks good.
it's gorgeous, right? I was gonna say the aesthetics are very consistent and it's just very pretty. So, and it's deliberate artistic choices. So I really want to know how you got that process rolling.
To see it, follow her Instagram, and we're gonna have a link to it in the description of this episode. But definitely do yourself a favor and go check out not just the second issue, but the first issue as well. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah. So again, like marketing. That is like my true love. I'm so happy I decided to major in that, because people will say like, oh, like marketing's not important or communications doesn't matter. No. That is like the heart of your business. That is the foundation of every business. And I'm not being biased. This is totally true. You need to be strategic. You need to come up with a color palette. You need to come up with a font. You need to be consistent. You need to show your brand, because that's how you get your consumer to recognize you. That's how you get people to remember you and be like, oh, like that's Liberator. Oh, that's the Get Into It podcast. Like, I remember that. And you need to like set yourself apart for them from other people, I should say, by showing them like, this is a real business. Like, this is what I put together. I have a whole style guide. I'm working on a business plan. Like, you got to like bring it all together. And I can show you, I literally have a book of so many different logo designs that I came up with. It took probably like 15 to 20 different sketches, coming up with like the slogan, coming up with the color palette. Like, it didn't come to me overnight. I definitely put a lot of time and thought into it. So that's why it's really important to come up with a really good solidified plan before jumping into something. And of course, having that passion in there, like, I think it just, adds the cherry on top, I guess.
I feel you. We feel you on the whole. So many logos, so many drafts of what you want it to look like. Like, I think that was one of the challenges when Ambree and I first started getting into it, like trying to figure out what is our brand? How do we solidify the brand? How do we get it out there and make it try to be recognizable and all this other stuff? And I think you've done a really excellent job. Like, obviously we got the style guide because Get Into It, like she said, is featured in the magazine, but it's so consistent. You look on your Instagram page or your TikTok page, both are linked below, and I gotta plug it for you.
Thank you.
It's so uniform, but at the same time there's no lack of creativity, none whatsoever, and I think that's like really hard to do, and you do it so well. So what can you tell us about this second issue? You can talk about your first issue too, but like, what should people expect to see in this second issue?
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you for all the kind comments about, TikTok and Instagram. It's all about, honestly, just like a little tip for anyone who's like interested in starting something their own. Like, again, be passionate about it and just do it. Like, just do what you want to do. Like, I can tell you, I've had people say like, oh, like no one's going to buy a magazine, like print is dead, or no one's going to pay that much money for this. Don't listen to them. Like, do it. Because when you're sitting on your millions of dollars, they're going to be like, girl, this was a great idea. I always knew you had it in you. You were telling me no one was going to buy this.
Right.
So
how they switch up.
Exactly. So if you put like your blood, sweat, and tears into something, people will see that. They'll see how authentic you are, and they'll want to follow you. People are always trying to mimic other brands, and that's not going to get you anywhere because it's already been done before. People see it all the time. When you start to let your own personality show, that's when they're like, oh, I like this person, and you start to gain an audience. So that's just my 2 cents on that. But going back to the original question, the second issue, I'm really excited and happy with this. This issue is literally all female creators only, which I didn't do it on purpose. It just happened that way. So when I noticed that, I was like, like, I really want to make this like female empowerment, like really show that women are just like, women are the leaders of the world. Like, we really are. And so I titled it Who Run the World from Beyonce's song. And let me just say, yes, it's Who Run the World, not Who Runs the World, because that was something my parents were like, you have a typo. I was like, no, I don't have a typo. But that's essentially what I want this issue to be about, is to show like these women and females are just doing so many amazing things. Like, you have such a wide variety of topics. Like, there's creativity, there's wellness, there's activism, there's lifestyle. There's just so many unique things that I was able to find and connect with people on that I never in a million years would have thought of. Like, you just have to like read the issue to see what I'm talking about, because some of those articles and interviews, I was just like, I can't believe like I found you. Like, I can't believe the universe connected us and now we're working together. It's just so amazing.
What kind of getting off that, which interview or brand or person that you interact with was the most like surprising or shocking, or you're like, I could not have ever conceptualized what you do and it's wonderful? What was like that for you in this issue?
Yeah, so I find a lot of people, just by scrolling through TikTok, it's such a powerful tool. You know, I'm telling you, as soon as you like go viral, suddenly you're there, like you've made it. And there's always room for growth too, which is amazing. And there's this one TikTok I came upon one day, and I thought at first, I joked with them too. I was like, I really thought you were like 12-year-olds making a TikTok at first, and I almost scrolled away. But I'm so happy I didn't, because the more I watched the video, I was like, oh my God, like this is absolutely amazing. I need to get one. And it's called Awful Sloth. And they make these like therapeutic weighted sloth stuffed animals. And oh my God, I have one. It's literally amazing. And it comes with its own little like crystal heart. So like mine has a little rose quartz heart. And each one like represents a different like mental illness, or if you're like neurodivergent, it also like tells you information about that. So it's just really cool to see like they're pairing this tool that you can actually use because it's weighted, and then they're also educating you about different mental illnesses and showing you that this is normal. Like, there's nothing wrong with people who have these issues, and that we need to normalize it because there's a lot more people in the world who are suffering than you think.
See, if y'all want more stories like that, you gotta get the Liberated Zine. You gotta do
it. Okay, so I do have one question. And I lost it for a minute. Okay, so I understand this is a big project. Like, you are literally printing out a magazine. So is this like a team effort? Like, do you have people on staff? Like, how does it work?
So I feel like this is so like contradicting, but I like to think I'm a humble person, which is like so weird to say, because it's like, I am this, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But
I get what you mean.
Like, it's so weird. But I really, although I am like a one-woman show, I really don't like to say like it's just me, because without my audience, or without like my contributors like you two, like I want to be able to do what I'm doing, like there's other people who may not do it like day to day like I am. Like, yeah, I'm handling social media, I'm handling printing, shipping, I'm doing everything. But like, I'm not the one creating these stories. Like, I'm finding you, and I'm, I just get excited meeting new people, and I want to feature them. And I will say, this is going to sound ridiculous as well, but like writing is like not my skill. It is not my thing. And you're probably thinking, yeah, you're probably like, why are you doing this? I can't tell you how many papers I've like struggled with, because writing is just not there for me. Like, sometimes I'll get it, sometimes I will, like I won't, like I don't know. It's a hit or miss. So for that, I do have like my friends and family read over it just to make sure there's no typos or anything. That is like my number one fear, is having a typo one day. So I will say, although it's me, pretty much just me by myself every day, I do have help from my friends and family who have been really supportive too, and like purchasing copies, and contributors like you two who, you guys also went all out. Like, let me just say, They made their own spread. You guys didn't have to do that. I was like,
Okay, listen, because we didn't know. We just wanted to. Brianna comes up. She's super professional. She's super like got her stuff together. She approached us. I forgot how you found it. Was it a TikTok thing that you found or?
Yeah, I think I found you on TikTok. You guys have a great TikTok too.
Thanks. So she found us on TikTok and she messaged us, and so we were talking back and forth, and like I think I was talking to you and I saw the first edition and I was like, this is a thing. It's a really big, amazing thing. Like sometimes like people DM you and you're like, this not it. This was not the case. I was like, this is a thing. And so like I told Amber about it. I was like, yo, we gotta do something. And so then we get sent this style guide that is so much more organized than I could ever be. And I was like, oh man, bro, we gotta do it. So we sat, were we on like a FaceTime call in two different states? We're in two different states, like over here writing like what we're gonna do. We got pictures done for this so we can include it because we needed some as well, but we were like, okay, we gotta get pictures because Ambree was moving like 2 days or no, the day after we got our pictures, I believe, right? And so she was moving and we're like, we're gonna sit down and write this and it's gonna be good. So because like the magazine and all of you, we're gonna have the a way for you to order it in the description as well. And please go check out her Instagram again. The magazine is it's just like on another level. Like it's really just on another level. And the fact that you do it by yourself is, and I know like you have a team, like it's one thing to have your friends and family help you, but you are like the leader, you're heading it, you're doing it yourself. That is impressive and incredible. Because it would look like you have staffers, plural, on site helping you out. And you're doing it and you're reaching out to these people and you're genuinely such a personable person. I think that's also something that you can tell from your brand. Like you do it for other people. It has nothing to do with you. You're just being a vessel to connect other people to amazing brands, amazing people, amazing causes. And I think that's why your magazine is so what it is.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. And I will say, like, my dad is a businessman. So when I proposed this idea, he's like, all right, where do you see this going? Like, you got to make spreadsheets. How are you going to make money from this? And I looked at him and I was like, honestly, like, I have a full-time job already. And like I've been, budgeting everything out again with that business background. Like I have spreadsheets of like my finances. I don't make money from this. I lose money from this, but I still do it because I love it so much. And I really do see its potential. And I think that's important to like, let people know that not everything you do has to be about money. Like you just need to go out there and do something that you love because it will show and you'll get to meet people from around the world. And who knows, maybe someone will see that and they could be your investor, that type of thing. But don't let money stop you from doing anything because I lose money from this. And here I am doing my second issue. I'm planning my third issue already too. Like I'm getting excited.
But like also I think just because you're losing money now, it's not always going to be like that because the trajectory of where you're going, I can already see it's amazing. So if you want to invest in Miss Brianna and the Liberated Zine, Brianna, how can people get in contact with you? Well, let me go back. Let me rewind. Ambree, do you have any questions, or is Brianna there anything that you want to share before we start talking about the giveaway?
I will say, if you want to check out my website, theliberatedzine.com, if you want to donate, there's an option to donate money there. We have a contact sheet too that you can fill out. So if you want to be involved some sort of way, I want to definitely start expanding like blogging online now that I have this new website. So I'm open to many different ideas and I'm just excited to see it grow. So thank you for letting me be here to talk about it too. Like, I love this.
Cool. I'm so happy. Please hit her up. She's so great. Okay. So the thing that we've been teasing since the beginning of this episode is a giveaway. Wop, 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 wop. So Get Into It and Liberated are partnering, and we are going to give you a piece of our merch, a Get Into It beanie, because it is getting cold out here in these streets and your head is very important and precious and you need to be kept warm. Brianna, what type of stuff, and you don't have to say everything, but what are some things that people can look forward to seeing if they enter this giveaway? And I'll tell you how to enter and stuff afterwards.
Yeah, so you'll get to win the second issue of Liberated, which comes with 2 stickers. So it comes with our regular Liberated sticker, and then it comes with our limited edition sticker that you can only get with this issue. And it's going to come with one of our Liberated pins that we've made. So like you can put on your tote bag, jean jacket. And then there's one more surprise, but I can't say it because all the contributors are also getting it. And I don't want to spoil that quite yet.
I.e. me every
Excited, very excited.
Okay, so if this sounds interesting to you and you want to enter, I had to pull it up on my phone. So if you're watching, you're like, Jordan wasn't listening. I was pulling it up. Okay, so to enter the giveaway, which is spanning, it'll be the day this episode comes out, which is Wednesday, October 13th to I think it's October 19th. So before our next episode, to get this package of greatness and amazingness, you have to follow both Get Into It _podcast on Instagram, as well as Liberated Zine on Instagram, which is, I think it's at Get_Liberated. Am I right?
Yep.
Whoop, whoop. And you have to like the post that we post to announce this on both the pages and tag 2 or 3 of your friends in there. So if you want to get some amazing stuff for free, make sure you do that. We'll have the instructions also in the description of this episode. But I'm just really grateful that you, reached out to us. Thank God for the TikTok algorithm that we were able to connect. And thank you for being here. And yeah, anyone else have anything else to say?
I would say, is there any, I know you touched on it quite a few times, but is there any like final words of advice for people who want to do something similar or just start their own business in general?
Yeah. So again, like I mentioned earlier, like don't let money stop you because you never know who you could meet or how it could grow. Another thing I would say is, like, again, I kind of touched on it earlier, just don't try to copy people. Like, just do it yourself, be your own person. Don't try to, act like someone because they have a lot of subscribers or they have a lot of followers. That's not how it always was for them, like they grew too. And you just have to kind of trust the process and post what you want, do like the content that you want. Don't worry about how many followers you have, how many likes a post get, because the TikTok algorithm can be weird sometimes. Instagram's algorithm is trash. Instagram is probably down again right now, actually. So don't even like worry about that. And that brings me to another point too, actually. Don't pour all your eggs into one social media because
yes, that's so true.
You need to like spread your horizons. Like there's so many tools on Pinterest and on what is it called? LinkedIn. LinkedIn, surprisingly, you can make a LinkedIn page for your business. That can be a game changer. So definitely do your research on different social medias. It's a powerful tool, but don't just focus heavily on Instagram because that's dangerous.
Yes, we are in the, I know that when this comes out, it'll have been happened a week ago, but we are in the week of the Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp outage. So yes.
Right.
But if there are people that want to reach out to you to possibly be included in the 3rd issue or future issues, would they be able to do that through your website?
Yep. So they can do the contact form. The emails listed all over the website. You can just send me an email. It's just a Gmail account, or even DM me on Instagram if it ever works again.
That's great.
That was great. Y'all heard that, everything that we've mentioned in this episode. If you're like, oh my gosh, what did they say? Check the description. I bet you $5,000 is there. If it's not, please don't look for your money because I don't have it. Anyways, thank you so much for being here, Brianna. Make sure y'all go follow her. Make sure you go order the second edition of Liberated to see your girls, Jordan and Ambree, with the Get Into It podcast up in there, and all the other amazing creators that were involved. And yeah, we'll talk to y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.